It was the Saddle Dome. I am familiar with a gentleman named Ben Rutz, who's from the Ottawa Valley, yes, and I used to work as a country music radio announcer.
Ah, okay.
In the Valley. I actually went to school in Belle Vegas as well. I went to Loyola College, so a lot of ties here, a lot of ties.
Yeah.
And he was playing with Johnny Reid, Juno winner.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently at the Saddle Dome, you got up on stage and you sang a tune. Do you remember what song that was?
Yeah, absolutely. What was it? Can't remember how many years ago. We came out with a country music album that I spent 6 years putting this album together because I knew it had to be done perfect and right because Carl Lewis ruined it for all of us guys that, were athletes that were trying to become singers, right?
Right.
And so I knew that I had to, this album had to be really good. Mm-hmm. And so one of the guys I had been friends with for a long time was a guy named Ron Sakamoto. You know Ron Sakamoto.
I've heard the name.
He's one of the biggest country music promoters in all of the world. And I'd met Ron at a golf tournament, I think the summer after we won the Stanley Cup. I was at the Sutter Brothers golf tournament in Lethbridge, Alberta. And I played golf with Ron. And, he told me he was a country music promoter. And I was like, oh my God, I'm the biggest country music guy on the planet. And, I was country before, when country wasn't cool. And so every big concert that came to Calgary, Ron would always call me and say, hey, you want tickets? And so, I got to see Garth Brooks and Brooks and Dunn and all these, great bands, got to meet them, got to hang out with them. And so when I started down the music trail, I called Ron with a bunch of my demos. I sent a bunch of my demos to Ron and he was like blown away. He's like, this stuff is really, really good. And I was like, good. And so I ended up meeting Johnny Reid through Ron. And Johnny was like, hey, we're playing at the Stampede in Calgary. He says, why don't you get up in the middle of my show and do one of your songs? And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. He said, it'd be great to have you come up. And so the very first song I ever wrote was basically a song about my life in music called As the Story Goes. And so there was 15,000 people at the Saddle Dome that night. It was the 100th anniversary of the Calgary Stampede. And I got up with my band and, we belted out this tune and it was awesome. It was so much fun. And Johnny's such an amazing guy and what an entertainer he is.
Yeah.
He puts on, I would say the best entertainer is Garth Brooks and then Johnny Reid probably be a second guy that I would say that is a real true, entertainer.